We are going to be trying a game on this GTX 745 today. Let's see what it's about. Now, what is this cute little guy with the red PCB that you would mistake for an AMD card packing? This card right here has 384 cores. This model in particular has 4 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. They also came in 2 gigabytes as well. It is also running on a 128-bit bus, and this card only draws about 50 watts of power, so you could literally put this in any computer that doesn't have a 6-pin connector. The cooling on this graphics card is pretty cute. It only has this hunk of aluminum on it and this tiny little fan, but it does a pretty okay job for what it is. You are more than likely familiar with this card. This is actually a OEM card. It came in some Dells and some HP desktops. The back of this card looks pretty ancient. We have one DVI port, one HDMI 1.4a that can go to 4K, and we have one VGA port on there. This is crazy to see in 2026. Hey, let's go fire up some games on this graphics card and see how she performs. The first game we fired up is some Fortnite on this graphics card. We have it at 1080p with the medium settings and some low, and we're actually getting an average of 51 FPS, got a minimum of 36 FPS and a maximum of 68. I actually had a pretty decent time playing on this game, even though it was getting around average of 50 frames per second. Got some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 fired up on this card. We are running this at 1080p with 100% resolution scale. We have the settings at medium. It's not looking too hot, to be honest with you. We're only averaging around 39 FPS, got a minimum of 27 FPS, and a maximum of 57. I really thought this card was gonna pull more ahead, but this is the performance we got on this card. It's not terrible, but it could be better. So I tried playing some Valorant and this happened. Of course. Alright, so what did I do? I loaded up some practice for the sake of the game and how to get the frames and how this game performs. This is what we're gonna do, okay? We have the game at 1440p with the medium settings, and we are actually getting an average of 83 FPS, a minimum of only 64 FPS, and a maximum of 111 FPS. This actually caught me by surprise that this game is running pretty well at 1440p. This is more than playable, but I couldn't get into matchmaking, but that's just irrelevant. That's just my problem there. But this game ran pretty good. I said, alright, fuck it. Let's load up some Cyberpunk on this graphics card, and this happened. We're only getting FPS in the fucking teens. I don't have to say any more than that. I did run this at the lowest settings at 720p, but this was absolutely a fucking terrible experience. Alright, we do have some Call of Duty Cold War fired up on this, and I have this at 720p with the lowest settings, and the render scale is around 80%, and we're only getting an average of 34 FPS, getting a minimum of 23 FPS and a maximum of 49. Yes, this is a somewhat playable experience. I'm able to play the game. It feels like playing on an old console or something. This isn't the greatest, this isn't the best, but it's somewhat playable. Alright, some CS2 on this. We have it at 1080p with the lowest settings, and I apologize for not being able to get any benchmark figures, any numbers, so we're gonna have to go based off of what we see here. And from what I'm seeing here, we're only averaging around 40 or so FPS, which isn't too great. And it's dropping down into the 30s sometimes and going up into the 50s. Not the greatest experience for sure. Kind of surprising that it didn't perform better than this actually. Got some Borderlands 3 going on this. We have this at 1080p with the lowest settings, and the render scale I put it to 75%, and we're only averaging around 30 FPS. Got a maximum of 41 FPS, and I don't have a minimum figure, so 0. And let me tell you, it is playable. Feels like a console, like an old ass console. This isn't great. This card is really showing what it's capable of, and showing its age as well. I loaded up some Doom, and every time I got into the game, this would happen. Yes, the frame rate is somewhat playable, but I definitely wouldn't say this game is playable because there's absolutely nothing going on in this game. I mean, I don't know why the hell this is happening. Doom is a no-go for this one. Some Witcher 3 fired up, the new version. We have this game at the lowest settings possible and at 720p, and we're only getting about mid-20s for the whole game. Just staying around the mid-20s. Not a good experience whatsoever. A little bit of a slideshow of an experience, I must say. Some good old Grand Theft Auto 5 going. We have it at normal and high settings for this at 1080p, and honestly we're only averaging around 40 or so FPS, going down into the mid 30s, going into the 40s. I mean, this is definitely a playable experience. It's not the greatest experience, of course, but it could be done on this card. It's not terrible, but it definitely could be better. Got me some Overwatch 2 loaded up on here. We have this at 1080p with the medium settings. We also have 90% render scale, and we're only getting an average of about like 38 FPS, going up into the 40s. The highest went up to like 50 FPS and the lowest was 28. Yeah, I mean, it's playable, but it's not great for this being a competitive game. It can be done. If you could deal with the frame rate being like this and you have this card, by all means play it on here, but if you definitely lower the settings like 720p maybe or low on 1080p and mess around with the render scale, this sure would make a way better experience. Oh man, we had to just fire up some Minecraft. It's been a long time since I've done it, but for the sake of this video, this game is running at 1440p, pretty normal render distance. I forgot how many chunks it was. Pretty fancy graphics. Everything looks pretty decent, and we're only averaging around 72 FPS, seeing it go up into the hundreds even, and only down to like 34 for the minimum. This is definitely more than a playable experience, but yet again, it's just Minecraft. Minecraft can literally run on a damn toaster. Here's what I think about this card. Yes, I was able to play some games. They were somewhat playable, some were even more playable, and for what it is and for its size, it was pretty reasonable. But I will be giving this one a bogus score, and it was a card, but I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10 bogus score. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more content, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.